Academy different from a traditional school? Can you run me through like a day of, what are the kids getting their hands on? What are they doing in a
A
day?
day at 𝐂𝐵R Learning Academy is going to start actually by the woods. Drop off will be by the woods, not at a door. Well, unless it's, thunderstorming or 5 below or something.
Mhm.
What I'm hoping people will see is that they see the kids running around and hear them laughing, and somebody spots a track in the ground, and then there's a discussion happening with the kids about whether it's a deer or a dog, and they're counting toes and figuring out what's next.
Hello, and welcome back to the Community Pulse podcast. I'm Jacqueline Hutchison, the outreach coordinator with the St. John's Area Chamber. I'm here today with the founder of the 𝐂𝐵R Learning Academy, Audrey Tipper. Hello, thank you for being here today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So tell us about the 𝐂𝐵R Learning Academy. What is it? What inspired you to start it?
So my daughter, who is 9 now, attended a nature-based preschool called Natural Learners over in Ovid. And she loved it. She absolutely thrived. They were outside every day. It was very child-led. They had bunnies and chickens and beekeeping. My daughter's been asking for bees ever since, and I have said no because I'm not ready to take care of bees.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But maybe someday we will be getting them. We've definitely visited bees, so she's very excited about that. But when I looked around for what was next for her education, I very quickly discovered that there's nothing like that for the older ages.
Mhm.
And I knew that that was what my daughter needed. She just was thriving so much in that. So I looked into it and fell down an internet rabbit hole, and
Of course, as we all
as
do.
we do.
Yeah.
And now, so yeah, I'm starting a school. I'm starting an elementary school. It's going to be like a
So fun.
one-room schoolhouse. So they'll be all ages together, and it'll be pretty awesome.
So what is it like being a female entrepreneur, and what advice do you have for other women looking to start a business?
I would say the biggest advice that I would have for literally anyone starting a business is to make sure you're well-resourced.
Yeah.
It's really important to have people that you can lean on. As a female, I find that I work best with people that understand that I have kids. I
Mhm.
have been very quick that if I bring my daughter to a meeting, which I have often, she's been to board meetings, she's been to sales meetings, she's been to all kinds of stuff with me over the years. And I find that if someone is not comfortable with me having my daughter there, they're not really someone I want to work with. So that's been really important for me. Other than that, honestly, I just look at myself as an entrepreneur. I'm not saying that we haven't fought hard over the last, whatever years to be, able to do these things, but I feel like we're living in just such a cool time that I can. So,
Absolutely. And what great experience for your daughter too,
yeah.
to see her mom thrive in, this kind of business environment.
Yeah.
So special. I
Yeah,
love
she
that.
absolutely has done a few things where she wants to start selling worms. And I was like, where did you come up with this
Oh,
idea?
okay.
So I can't, I mean, imagine she's like picked up little things. They're always listening.
Well, I don't want my daughter to be my worst. I love that. So 𝐂𝐵R Learning Academy hasn't quite opened yet.
Correct.
But when is the opening date? What kind of hurdles have you faced? All that, and starting a business too.
Oh, the hurdles. So from idea to now, like first inkling of idea where I literally met one of my friends over at Waypoint
Hmm.
and was like, I have this crazy idea. What do you think? And my friend Brittany was like, it's awesome. Do it. And I was like, okay.
Love that. We all need good friends
I know.
like
We
Brittany.
need good supportive friends. From idea to now has been 6 years.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know
It's been
that.
so long. Initially, I found a first location and I was really excited about it. And then the folks that owned the property, because there was somebody else renting the property from them, the
Mhm.
folks that owned the property decided that they didn't want me there. And so that was a lost opportunity. And so then I started looking for like the next thing. And I was like, oh man, where am I going to find a space that I can be indoor space when we need it, but mostly outside? Because as great as I love downtown St. John's, there's not a lot of like grass next to the library,
Sure. Yeah.
for example.
Yeah.
So that was the hardest thing, was finding that next space. And then in the meantime, while I was looking for that space, my sister actually passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear
Oh,
that.
thank you. And so like that was, if anyone has ever tried to process grief at that level, it's really, really hard. I would like go to the grocery store and specifically only to buy bread. And then I'd go home with like 10 other things and no bread. And this happened more than once. And so I really wasn't in a position for a little while to actually work on things. Then the next step was, okay, like deciding what am I actually going to do? Because by then my daughter was in kindergarten at Fowler and it was fantastic. The people there are such good people. They care about the kids. And, we made lots of good friends there. And then I thought, well, what are we going to do? And then my daughter she just didn't like the structure. And so I thought, okay, all right, I'm going to do this and we're going to keep moving forward. And so then back to the hunt for looking for a space, which Andy T suggested that I talk to the 𝐂𝐸𝐤𝐸 Christian Church, and because his dad goes to church there, and that has been a fantastic relationship. And I genuinely wouldn't be opening without them. They are so wonderful to work with and so patient and really supportive.
Great. So it's been a long 6 years.
Yeah.
Lots of hurdles.
It really
and
has.
things,
Yeah. And then the next steps were like, then I'm like, okay, we have to do this construction to meet fire code.
Mhm.
And that process, so with the state of Michigan, you have to turn in 5 basic things to register a school. Of the 5, I've had 4 of them done for 3 years. And so this construction, just getting the building permit has been just really, really hard. And so I actually received that this week on Monday.
Oh, yay, congrats.
And no exaggeration, I started crying. I went out for dinner with my husband. I have a champagne popping scheduled with a friend. Like,
Oh, good.
we're doing all the celebration of that because genuinely it took 3 years of work. We had to talk to the fire marshal about this and we had to do this person. It was just really, really hard.
Yeah, I don't think people understand, too, all of the hurdles and red tape and checklists it goes into creating a business.
Yeah. And sometimes it was little things. Like one of the forms I had to fill out said, mail it to this address. Okay, cool. Mailed it to the P.O. box. 3 weeks later, I emailed. I was like, hey, I haven't heard anything. And they were like, what's your permit number? And I was like, well, I don't have one yet. You haven't given me one.
Of course. Isn't that how it always goes?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So there's just been all the things.
Okay, so we have popping champagne celebration coming up.
Yes.
And so when is opening?
Yeah, so opening, my hope is still sometime this fall. I don't have a specific date because I have to get that piece of paper that the state fire marshal says they approve it. If it's like my hope, if the fall doesn't happen, no later than January 4th, because that's the first Monday of the year. So like that's my hope. We'll just see what happens once construction starts. I like calling the people that I've gotten quotes from that had to come back and requote because so much time had went by.
Yeah.
To tell them that we got to schedule was the coolest feeling.
Oh, so exciting. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so what makes 𝐂𝐸𝐸 Learning Academy different from a traditional school? Can you run me through like a day of, what are the kids getting their hands on? What are they doing in a day?
So a day at 𝐂𝐸𝐸 Learning Academy is going to start actually by the woods. Drop off will be by the woods, not at a door. Well, unless it's, thunderstorming or 5 below or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I'm hoping people will see is that they see the kids running around and hear them laughing, and somebody spots a track in the ground, and then there's a discussion happening with the kids about whether it's a deer or a dog, and they're counting toes and figuring out what's next. I'm hoping that the teacher, our learning guide, is standing there, guiding the learning and encouraging them, asking critical questions, not necessarily telling them, different ways to think or things, but just, putting up those bumpers to guide the learning in that forward direction. I want them to see that we're doing all the same things, reading, writing, arithmetic, but we're just doing it outside under the trees after a hike.
I love that. And what about the harsh winters? Are they still outside or are they inside?
Yeah. So overall, the general plan is no bad weather, only bad gear.
Mm-hmm.
However, I understand that, wind chill of X below is going to be terrible. So generally speaking, we still are going to be out in all weather. If it's just raining, I still want them to go out in a few minutes just because it's fun to play in the rain.
Mhm.
Part of the supplies that families will have to send is probably a change of clothes because they're going to get dirty. And I'm totally fine with you sending your kids in stained shirts because they're going to get covered in mud.
Yeah.
So that in the winter and in the summer, we're just going to experience the weather that we get to have here.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Is there a learning model that the school is taking advantage of,
Mhm.
like a Montessori and Amelia?
Amelia Reggio.
Yes. Is there anything specific, or is it nature based? Like, is that what it's called?
There's a few pieces actually.
Okay.
So I have a certification from the Forest School Teacher Institute, and that I went all the way through their director level to manage a nature school specifically. And when I hire my teacher, I will also send her through her or him through the teaching program as well, so that way we can have the same conversations, be on the same page. And beyond that, I am taking elements from Montessori. I am taking elements from some research that I've done in relation to how Finland runs their schools, and they've got really great, metrics and really great reports that they're coming out on how their kids are doing. I'm also taking some stuff from Japan. There's like one of the things that they do there is the kids actually do the cleaning. So I'm actually not planning on hiring a janitor.
That's such good life skills right there. I love it.
It really is. I mean, I probably won't make them clean the toilets. I'll hire Alicia from Maid to Clean for that. Yeah, my plan is to, I'm bringing in all these elements from other things around us.
I love it. That's so great. As a parent myself, that sounds like such a great program. So, for some parents that may wonder, are the kids still learning the core subjects? How do you balance academics with outdoor play?
So within the state of Michigan, all schools are required to teach certain subjects. We're not necessarily required as a private school to take the tests, that public schools take to show those. It's optional for us, but we are required to teach certain subjects. So that's just legally part of the plan. And so as far as balancing it, there's multiple ways to teach various different things. So if there's a way to do it outside, that's generally the plan. Is that we'll just be outside as much as possible. But there's also a very large component that we'll do with hands-on learning. So part of the program is 2 field trips a month. So we'll come to places like, the Briggs Library. And I've talked with, several other businesses actually in the area, and they're excited to let us come in and do a field trip. And so the kids can learn about, what our neighbors are doing and what our community actually looks like and how to strengthen our community from our community members. And so those things are all part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see the business network working for you, as and like the community coming together to support you is something so special, especially, from the chamber perspective. It's
Sure.
really great to hear that. What are some of the biggest misconceptions maybe about Copper Learning Academy, or, just this kind of program in general?
I'd say one of the things that has been interesting is I either get one of two reactions. Either, why in the world would you do that? Or, this is great. I wanted this. I need this for my family. So that has actually been really interesting. And when the folks that say, why would you do that? That's okay. I'm totally fine with that because we all need different things. And so I'm just providing a different option. So if I'm not a fit for somebody, that's totally fine. That means something else is a better fit for them. So I would say, honestly, it's not really something I focus on. I recognize that is a reality, but if it's not a fit for them, that's okay.
Yeah, I think every kid too learns so differently. It's nice to have many different options for kids than just, the public school or even a private school option. And now, what grades are you serving?
We're going to start with kindergarten through 5th grade, and then the plan is to grow the program as the kids grow.
Audrey, you were a part of our business incubator pitch. How was that experience? What was it like for you? What did you learn? What was kind of the outcome of that?
I loved that experience. I participated the first year and I lost, but I met so many great people. I was so glad to just be a part of it. And I found so much joy in the journey with that. Like I'm literally working with people now because I met them that day. It's fantastic. And then I tried again the next year and I won, which was very exciting. And that was the beginning. It was a great start for us to have towards our fundraising that we're working on right now. Our fundraiser that we're doing now is we have the sunflower campaign. So if anyone that donates $10 towards opening the school gets to come to the sunflower maze that I have planted in my backyard, actually. And so you'll get to come through the maze and look for your name amongst the flowers. And then beyond that, we're going to be launching a capital funding campaign because I need a little bit more money for the construction that has to be done to meet fire code. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely reach out and I'd be happy to put your name on some of the things that we have available for that.
Is there anything else you want the listeners or parents to know today about either yourself and your business or Copper Learning Academy, anything like that?
If this sounds like something for you, please go to the website, copperlearningacademy.com, and join the wait list. If you have questions or you just want to meet for coffee because you're curious but you're not sure, I'm happy to do that anytime. I'm just really excited about this, and it's going to be really cool we're building this community of families raising their kids together.
Yeah, that's so special. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, making the time. We really appreciate you being a chamber member, part of the community.
Thank you so much for having me.